Robert Freeman, aka Bobby. Who murdered Bobby? And why? Bobby was born on the outskirts of Phillipsburg, New Jersey, then moved just across the river to Easton, Pennsylvania. He lived in an apartment in Easton's historic Center Square. Friends say Bobby was someone who got along with anybody. He frequented the bars. He liked to buy others drinks and was considered to be a great person. He was a Korean War veteran and a member of the local American Legion. Bobby was separated from his wife Anita for 15 years. They still maintained a friendship. The last day Anita saw him alive, she picked him up from work. He was 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighed 130 pounds. He was a former boxer and black belt in karate. That is why his family thought that more than one person was involved. Timeline of events. Around 11 a.m. January 18, 1992, Bobby was last seen alive. He visited Easton's Square Bar and had a few drinks. He was supposed to be working overtime on the 19th. But his girlfriend at the time borrowed his Firebird and had not returned it. That is why Anita had picked him up from work the day before. He planned to walk to his girlfriend's apartment to get the car, but ended up at the bar instead. We know that he was at the Square Bar at 11 a.m., and he returned to the Square Bar around 4:30 p.m. with a male friend. We also know that he went to return a remote control box, but the store was closed. Then he went to the College Hill Tavern and had a beer before returning to the Square Bar. During the afternoon, Bobby contacted the police and told them that a woman he met at the Square Bar stole $450,000 from his jacket at a residence in the 1700 block of Northampton Street. The woman was a known prostitute named Mary Ann Pierce. Police went to her home and did not find Bobby's money, but they did find syringes and other items and charged her with possession of drug paraphernalia. About 6:30 p.m. his friend left the Square Bar, and sometime later he does too. He is next seen at Ferris Cafe in Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The bar staff remembers about 15 people being in Ferris that night. 2 of them bought Bobby a drink while he was there. This is the location where he was last seen alive. On January 20th, Anita filed a missing persons report. Anita joined his sister Rita in searching the bars he was known to frequent, and they found his car. The car was located in Ferris Cafe parking lot with the keys still in the ignition. Rita drove the car back to Anita's house while the police searched the parking lot for evidence. The police found the temple piece of his eyeglasses, traces of blood, the chain of his wallet, and loose change. At around 4:30 p.m. on January 25, 1992, 1 week later, a Easton farmer discovered his body in one of his fields. The coroner performing the autopsy and the property owner described his body as being in badly beaten condition. His body was frozen and lying face down, wearing thin shorts and the remnants of a sweatshirt. He had stab wounds to his hands, wrists, and torso, as well as claw hammer blows to his head. One can only describe this as overkill. The prime suspect, Theodore LaCour, was his name at the time of the murder. He is known today as Thor Fry. People at the bar claim they witnessed Fry and others pick a fight with Bobby the night he went missing. Bobby's girlfriend at the time told Rita details about Fray's involvement and even gave her a personal item of his that Fry had obtained during the murder. Fry is currently in prison for murdering a woman during a 2006 robbery in Phillipsburg, New Jersey. Fry has a criminal history from theft to check, forgery, assaults, and even murder. Fry was arrested on several occasions with accomplices. A woman on Friday, January 24, 1992, said Fry and Barry Walbert of Easton got a ride at the Easton Center Square and later forced her out of her car at knife point and abandoned her. Her car was recovered in Phillipsburg. In 1997, Walbert was also wanted in connection with a bank robbery. Could Fry and Walbert have carjacked Bobby and he chose to fight instead? In 1996, Fry and Brian Griller, aka Stinky of Easton, for stealing cash from Coates and the Coates themselves at a Phillipsburg dry cleaners. Did Bobby know his killer or killers? Was Thor Fry the murderer? Why have the police not done DNA on the blood found? I think this case is solvable. We now have better resources. DNA will solve this case and give the family the answers they deserve and put a criminal away, if not already in jail on a murder charge. I pray for Robert Bobby Freeman's family and hope they find justice.